Hi everyone, Trini here, and welcome to my channel. So I'm currently here outside the castle in the lands of Mirandus because I have an appointment with the king. I wanted to ask him to enact a law in order to punish all of the gala sellers out there so that we can finally have a relief for the gala price action. Kidding aside though, let's dive into the charts just to see what Gala is up to, map out our downside targets moving forward so that we can plan our entries accordingly. And let's dive in. So what I have here is I have the weekly chart of the Gala price action because the daily chart would be quite noisy to analyze. Unfortunately, after the high of around 84 cents right here, it just cascaded down to a massive wave to the downside. So before, in our previous Gala analysis, we thought that this was merely an ABC correction before the subsequent move to the upside. But now that we know that we have gone on full-on bear market right here, this particular Gala price action needs to be reanalyzed and recontextualized so that we know where our potential destinations will be and we know where the price action would most likely end up in. So the first thing to note is, if you notice, this looks very similar to a 5-wave Elliott wave structure but to the downside. So right now, where are we? This is the wave 1 right here. So from the all-time high all the way to around January was wave 1. Wave 2 was around this particular correction area right here, which ended at around here, or maybe you can have this as the wave 2. It doesn't really matter at this point in time. So if this is wave 2, then where are we? We are in the midst of a wave 3 correction before the subsequent wave 4 relief, but we still have a wave 5 destination somewhere. So now that we know that roughly we are undergoing a 5-wave Elliott wave theory here, where could the potential price action map out? So the problem with Gala is because when it finally went on exchanges, it only really registered at around September of 2021. But Gala has been around for the longest time now. So it's very hard to check what's in the left just to see where could we potentially go. That means all of the numbers that we have or all of the indicators that we have, such as moving average, don't really apply on a weekly time frame. So what we can do is we can take this impulsive move because we know that this is officially a wave 1 of a 5-wave structure. If this is the local low right here and this is the high, so this is officially our 1 and this is our 0, when we draw a reverse Fibonacci structure, what we can see is when we overlay it across the Gala price action, then it kind of makes sense as to why the Gala price action appears as it is. It has been adhering to Fibonacci structures once again ever since. So after this particular wave 1 high, the reason for this funny wave 2 correction right here is because we were adhering to Fibonacci structures, where we spent a lot of time between the 618 and the 786, but once we have finally broken through the 786, we unfortunately started cascading down right here between the 786 and the 1. When we broke through the 1, where did we hang out? We hung out between the 1 and the 1.272. This particular candle right here in May actually wicked all the way down. And where did we find resistance? Here at the 618 of around 5 cents. Tried to close above the 1.272 here, but once again, throughout the rest of the weeks that followed, we just continued to explore the chasm of the Fibonacci, eventually break down, explore the chasm of the Fibonacci, eventually break down, etc., etc. So right now, the key level to watch out for is this 5-cent range right here, or this 5.2-cent range right here. Why is this level important? That is because this is the 1618 extension of this particular structure right here. If eventually we further capitulate from here, whether it's due to a strong wave 4 correction, let's say, that brings us back, let's say, to the 9-cent range, but eventually we just capitulate from here, or it could also be just a crabbing correction like this, very similar to what we experienced right here, where we just crabbed sideways for the longest time and eventually just capitulate down. The key thing to note is if we lose this, there is a large chasm that needs to be filled up in order for us to reach the next area, which is the 2 right here of around 2.7 cents. What we want, ideally, is we have a relief rally right here where we actually go up for a change instead of continuous bleeding to the downside. but eventually have a capitulation moment where we either end up here at the 5.2 cent range, or if we go down further, then this could be the final destination that we have for GALA before we pick back up. However, if we continue to have fake outs like this and we just keep bleeding on and on until Bitcoin finds a bottom, whether or not that's in the mid-teens or whether it goes all the way down to, let's say, $9,000, $10,000, $12,000 for Bitcoin, then we need to be able to map out what are the other price levels from a Fibonacci standpoint. So we already have these two. The next level is the 2.272, which is around 1.7 cents. If we fall down further from here, then the 2.414 is our destination of around 0.133 or 0.0133. And finally, the 2.618, for example, will be at around 0.009. But will we eventually get to these levels? Once again, it remains to be seen. Right now, we are really at the mercy of Bitcoin. Bitcoin needs to behave. If Bitcoin eventually reaches destinations of around 12,000, 10,000 range, then from here all the way to the 2.618, for example, is a further 86% down. That is actually very realistic because Bitcoins from 21K all the way down to 10K would be a 50% drop. So typically, a 50% drop from Bitcoin from here would result in 80, 90, 99% correction for altcoins from their respective price levels. So just take this into consideration when investing in GALA Games. At the moment, personally, from an investing standpoint, why I like GALA Games, why I love all of the upcoming games that they're trying to have, and even the decentralized manner of how they go about this. Unfortunately, I don't think GALA is attractive enough for us to get into right now, because there are a couple of factors here. One is Bitcoin is currently at a very attractive price point for us to actually invest in. So a Bitcoin investment right now is actually much lower risk than a potential investment in GALA, because right now the upside potential for GALA is very, very muted because the rest of the market, including other asset classes such as the stock market, is currently in dire straits at the moment. We would have more confidence for a GALA investment if Bitcoin goes above the key EMA structures that we have here, which currently sits at 34,367 for the EMA 21 and 38,660 for the EMA 55. As you can see, that's pretty far away from the current price levels right here. So unless the economy suddenly miraculously gets better, supply chains are properly managed, the war is over, inflation is back under control, then a potential GALA investment is really attractive at this point. But unfortunately, we are currently in a situation where we really have to monitor GALA for now, just to see how low can we potentially go before we consider having a GALA investment moving forward. Yo, before you go, like this video, subscribe, and share this video to your friends. Thank you very much and have a good day.